everybody. Um, Ron here, and you know, I've been facing a lot of different challenges lately. Uh, knowing my life, when am I not facing some kind of challenge? And you know, knowing people, when when aren't you all or someone is facing some kind of challenge or some kind of battle or some kind of struggle or trouble? That's one thing I learned in 23 short years here is that everybody's dealing with something, and um, so I've always been kind of hesitant to share my story with people because it was something to be ashamed of. It was something I wanted to hide. It was something I've always tried to cover up. And one thing I've also learned is, in order to help people, and not only help people but to help yourself, you have to be honest and open about yourself, about your trials and your tribulations um, and your victories. So just want to share a little bit about me, and I hope that this can help someone one day. The reason I want to share my story with people is not to brag on myself and not to um, be, you know, be braggadocious or be cocky or arrogant. And like, I did all this and I still made it. I'm still trying to make it today. I have a lot of uphill battles to face before I guess I kind of make it. But here's my story. And so, right off the bat, born Maryland kid. I had everything I could ever want growing up. You know, um, all the toys, all of the, I had the PlayStation, clothes, bikes, anything, any material item that I could have wanted. It was in my possession. We had a big, beautiful house in Columbia, and mom had an excellent job. Dad did what he could, and my parents were separated since I was young. Dad was in and out of my life. I grew up a normal kid, and me and my sister. Um, and so, I get to around third and fourth grade, and unfortunately, just because of some different circumstances, my mom made a decision to move back to her hometown in North Carolina and take care of my grandma, who was, sick at the time, and um, she needed a restart. And unfortunately, that meant for us that we lost pretty much everything. Um, my father's a very hardworking man, but he didn't have a college degree, so he worked hourly jobs his entire life, and so it wasn't like he can be there elderly to provide for us. And that's not the role he played early on in my life anyway. Like I said, my father was very much out of my life growing up. And so, we moved down to a small town called Pelham Ruffin, and, that's where my mom had grown up. My grandfather built a house there, and we lived in this house, and it was a, fairly decent sized house. Two bedrooms, had a living room that we kind of converted into a bedroom, and, kitchen, uh, had a den, and, bathroom, very small bathroom. But by the time we got able to live in the house, it was in terrible shape. Uh, we had a kerosene furnace in the middle of the house to heat the house. A lot of times the kerosene furnace will bust and there'd be soot everywhere. You know, um, there was this closet in the back of the den. You walk into the entrance of the house, there's this closet and it's just full of things. For years, people would just pile things in this closet. We didn't have doors in each room. We had these like wooden stand-up door things, uh, and we used blankets and covers and stuff to kind of make doors. It was kind of crazy, uh, you know. And um, I remember my room growing up. I had my bunk bed, and um, I could never sleep on the top because the tile in the ceiling was caved in. It was You could see all the makings of the top of the house. It was kind of coming out. Um, the house was very old, so a lot of times field mice would get into the house, and didn't have their kids in the house, so, I didn't only share my house with mom and sister, but there was mice. Uh, we lived amongst a lot of roaches, and it was just a bad situation. In the wintertime, we had to put a plastic over the window to keep, the cool out, and, there's just a lot of broken things in the home too as well. Not only coming home to mice and roaches, but, the kitchen was caved in near the sink. Um, in the bathroom, we could never use the tub or the shower because that was about to fall through the foundation. I remember growing up, we'd have to, sit on the toilet. The toilet would lean to the right a little bit because it was kind of giving in. And, you know, we didn't have shower or anything, so, we had to boil hot water in pans before school. And, we had to pour them in these, like, plastic bowls, and we'd have to take wash-ups. Heat my water up, take it in my room before school, cut my music on, take my wash up, and uh, it was hard. It was really hard. Mom drove a Donnie 2 Jeep Prism. It was really embarrassing, actually. The ceiling in the car, the like fabric was coming off, so you get all this material coming out of the ceiling, and you had to roll the windows up and down, janky radio, anything that the trunk wouldn't open. And when you did get it open, it was just messed up, and um, the muffler fell off the car, so you can hear it coming. I used to tell mom, like, please don't drop me off from the school. Just like drop me off down the corner, and I'll walk or something. It was just bad, but those times were very tough. But my mom and sister and I, we were always together, and we had each other, and we used each other to get by, and that meant a lot to me that I had that. Um, but we grew up. My sister got an opportunity to move away and go to a 2-year high school, her junior senior year, and so she had every opportunity to get a good education. I stayed on little old Pelham Roughdon, and I went to middle school, and I just remember just so many different things that would just never go right for me. I was a wrestler. I loved to wrestle, and because I had asthma, I couldn't last long, and I'd just lose. I was a really good technical wrestler. I started every match, and I would just lose because I couldn't keep my breath, and that's something I struggled with. I was severely overweight as a kid. I got picked on a lot. I got talked bad about a lot. Um, the way I dress and the way I appear now is very important to me because, um, growing up, I didn't have, nice clothes. I got picked on because I didn't come to school in the freshman latest. Everybody was into the Air Force Ones. I had the Air Force Nuns. They were all beat up, and I got them from like a secondhand shop, and I just wanted to fit in and be a part. And so it was tough. Um, I started playing basketball when I was in 7th grade. My mom played basketball growing up. She taught me how to play basketball, and I had to work for every bit of talent that I had. Um, I wasn't good, but I wanted it, and I refused to be denied. I remember one day I was playing middle school basketball, and I was in the 8th grade, and I never played an actual game. They had this thing called fifth quarter, and fifth quarter was you got to play in fifth quarter if you were like a bench player, and you have your fifth quarter starters who come out, and you get to play for an amount of time of a quarter, and just so kids can participate. And uh, I could barely even get in the fifth quarter. They put me on this thing called the taxi squad, the reserve squad, because I begged the coach. I got cut the first day, and I begged the coach. I was like, Coach, I really want to play basketball, and like, please just give me some kind of room here, give me some kind of spot on the team so I can participate. And so he put me in third man attacking squad, and I have a jersey. So they didn't have enough jerseys for all of us, and so I had to wait for a jersey to even get into the fifth quarter. And I remember one day in practice, my coach looked at me. And he looked at the whole team. Actually, we were getting lined up to run suicide, and he says, guys, hope you guys enjoy this your 8th grade year. Unfortunately, this is going to be in the road for you in basketball forever. for some of you. And, you know, some of you are just never going to go and play high school basketball. And like, this is going to be it. So you better enjoy it, better take, I think he was trying to encourage us, but it was awful. I'm over here thinking like, man. And he looks through the whole team, looks at me, goes, Ron, he's like, you have a great heart, kid. You work really hard, but you don't have the talent, son. Like, you won't play basketball anymore after this. So he's like, so make it worth it. And like, he's like, this is in a line of you, man. And with my competitive spirit, it was tough. It was hard. I was hard on myself, but I never gave up. The summer before high school, I worked extremely hard on my game. And, my freshman year in high school, I went to every single summer workout for, JV and varsity basketball. Got in good with the coaches, and I wasn't that good, but because of my work ethic, they kept me around. I was able to make the team my freshman year on JV simply because, I showed up every single day and I worked hard, not because I was that good. And so I was very thankful for the coaches, high school coaches, for that, because they had to give me the opportunity, and they did, and I earned it. And so, I got made fun of then too. I sat at the end of the bench, was chubby. Um, People made fun of me. They gave me this thing called the truth, and it stuck with me all through high school. Uh, but it was like a mockery of me. It was like it was just the truth. Like, it wasn't a compliment. It was, people trying to play me all the time. And so I endured a whole lot of that in my basketball career. I love the game of basketball. Um, but, it's just difficult when you weren't born athletic. You weren't born with certain abilities, so you had to learn each skill and master each skill, and it just takes a lot of time. And unfortunately for me, I didn't receive that. I had an opportunity to learn a lot of different things. So, a lot of it was teaching myself. And, I had terrible self-awareness. Um, but, I got through it. I remember there was times where even in junior varsity level basketball freshman year, again, I didn't have a jersey like that. So they gave me an old school jersey. I'm like 5'11", big, chubby kid. I got shorts up past my knees, like, they look like chubbies. I don't know if you guys know what chubbies are. They like chubbies, and I had the old school top, a whole different color from what the whole team would even be wearing. And it was just flat out embarrassing for me. Um, but all those things taught me to work and to persevere and to get stronger and get better. And so, I moved through, and I ended up playing basketball for 4 years in high school, and made the most out of my experience. Took my game to different levels, travel ball that I never really thought I would get to. Um, and, my junior year in high school, I tore my ACL. So I had to go through that process, and I didn't even get to play basketball my senior year until January. So it's just one of those dreams that never really got to be fulfilled for me. But I enjoyed my time when I had the chance. And so, I go, I'm middle of my class, I'm not that great of a student. Half athlete. I did band, older school. Um, I was never picked for homecoming court. Never had like one girlfriend in high school. No girls wanted me, wanted to be around me. Um, I was just that nice guy that knew a lot of people. That was pretty much it. And so, I just tried to fit in anywhere I could. And getting older, getting ready to graduate high school, I decided to go to East Carolina. And I know a lot of people in the state of North Carolina who have, reputation being a party school. I think it's a great academic institution, but, at the time, people didn't respect East Carolina as an institution academically. And my guidance counselor looked at me when I chose ECU over, UNC Greensboro and some other schools. She looked at me, she said, I'll see you at Thanksgiving. Like, no, you're going to fail out. You're not going to make it. ECU's going to go and party. And it was a terrible thing to tell a student. already was graduating with zero knowledge of how to study, how to be a good student, and um, it's just like, all right, well, here we go. And so, I get to this big college campus. Immediately, joined student government, joined marching band on the ECU drum line. I had to play the cymbals because I was terrible at percussion. I wasn't good enough to play saxophone in college, which I played all through high school. Um, and so it was really just me working and learning and earning every single thing. I wanted to play bass drum. I made bass drum my sophomore year of college, and I played bass drum until I was a senior. I spent 4 years online, and my junior senior were the best 2 years I had on the line in terms of my playing ability because every single off season I worked my ass off to get better, and I came back better every single year. Nothing was given to me. Um, my sophomore year in college, I ran for statewide student government president, and the first time I ran, I wasn't eligible because I was an executive officer, and you can be an executive officer or delegate. And delegates are only available to run. And I ran with a good friend of mine who the year before I ran for president and lost through a temper tantrum fit. Sorry, Kevin. Um, but he's a brilliant guy, and so when I decided to run for president, he was my only choice for VP. People didn't like him, so because of politics, they decided to get me disqualified. My own student president didn't vote for me. The resolution be passed for me to be eligible to run, so I got disqualified the day of the election. I drove across state, went to all 17 schools in the system, put miles on my car, hard work, built a platform, all for nothing. So that dream was ripped away from me. And I come back the next year, become a delegate, um, and I ran again. I decided to run with a young lady from Fayetteville State. I wanted to be the first African American ticket with male and female to run the association and be named the board of governors. I've been the youngest ever member of the board of governors. Had I won, and because I didn't choose who people that were in leadership at the time wanted me to choose to run with, you know, uh, someone else decided to enter election, split it those three ways, and it really took a lot of my support schools away from me. The HBCUs didn't support me because I wasn't black enough. I went to a predominantly white institution, and I was in a white fraternity. I wasn't one of them, and so they attacked me. They said I wasn't, I just wasn't them. So they decided to vote for a white Republican man instead. He ended up winning and having a terrible year, and um, it was very hard for me, and so I was done with student government after that, and that was a big part of me in college, a big part of my identity. People knew me, Ron only does student government. They knew me for a lot of different things, but that was like the number one thing. And so a good friend of mine approached me about running for semi president because my name had been out on campus, but I hadn't been involved on the campus level. I've been involved on the state level for so long. So why don't you run for semi president? Now everybody knows you here. I don't know why you would lose. So teamed up again, me. Um, I joined with him and two other young ladies from two beautiful young ladies from two top tier sororities, and we ran as an all Greek ticket. There's an all Greek ticket, and president, vice president, secretary, and treasurer. And then so there's two all Greek tickets, and then there was a non-Greek ticket. And again, I was attacked because I wasn't black enough. I wasn't like the rest of the black people. I was with the white people, and I was a black guy with the white people, and it was a mess. I was attacked on so many levels. I was attacked by black people for not being black enough. I was attacked by white people for being too black. And nobody listened to my ideas. I had endorsements of the starting quarterback at ECU. The mayor endorsed me. Hundreds of students voted for me, and because of that cheating scandal that went down, I don't know what actually happened, but because of the cheating scandal went down, I ended up losing by 39 votes. Everybody thought our ticket was going to sweep. Everybody else on my ticket lost by 100 votes, which is a small margin as well. And the student president one that year ended up having to resign halfway through his term because he couldn't keep his grades. And so by the time halfway through the year was there, I was like, oh man, what if Ron would have won? What if? My life has always been filled with what ifs. And I've always been getting a second place speech. And keep trying, keep pushing. In my life I've been denied at least accepted. Women didn't want me because I didn't look a certain way. I wasn't accepted by my own people because I didn't present myself a certain way. I didn't talk a certain way. I wasn't like them. Um, Joined a predominantly white fraternity. That was a big part of my college career. I wasn't accepted by a lot of people because I was a black man. So imagine that, being stuck in the middle. That kind of identity crisis. I lost my father to a heart attack. I was 18 years old. Mother diagnosed with mental illness. And, I was doing, there's a time in my sophomore year, late freshman, early sophomore year that, I had class. I was battling a heart condition. I had to be put to sleep. My heart reset twice. Um, and, I had class. I was in a leadership position. I had jobs, band, student government, doing all these things. And it just was a lot. I had to learn how to balance and juggle. Um, and it was hard. My life's always been hard. Ever since we left that road in 2001 and come down to North Carolina, it was nothing but hard. There was times that, even in high school where I was essentially homeless, I had to be taken in grandma, cousins, um, fed, clothed by them. Um, didn't have anything. I didn't know where my next meal was coming from. And there's just so many things that people don't know about me. They just see this determined person, this self-motivated person. They just assume that, I came out the box, packaged, knowing everything, knowing what I wanted in life, knowing how I wanted things to go, this confident person, and that's not it at all. I have so many flaws, so many skeletons in my closet. I had an older brother that passed away before I was born. Him and my dad don't have headstones in their graves because of money. You know how that makes me feel? 2 Ronald Hittens before me. I'm the third, senior, junior, both of them gone, both of them in the ground. And you don't even know where the graves are unless you have it committed to memory. I've been back to my father's grave since we buried him. But I'm saying all these things because I'm still here today. And I'm still fighting. I'm still scrapping. I'm still eating. I'm still taking. I'm never losing. All simply because of this, this, this. I think I'm always one step ahead of the game. I plan out things. I know where I want to go. I have a vision. You have to have a vision, a clear vision and path for where you want to go. And you have to hold on to it, to cling to it. Don't let anybody take what's in here. You have to have this. Because people are going to attack your dreams. People are going to say you can't do it. People are going to say, oh, you're not talented enough. You're not strong enough. You don't look good enough. You don't have enough money. You don't have enough resources. You're not good enough. But the thing about it is if you have this, that's going to lock this down. And you have to trust. You have to trust in yourself. Trust in your abilities. You have to trust in, I'm a Christian man, so I trust in God, my faith, Jesus Christ. But that trust and that faith is the key word. Your faith in who you believe in, who you trust in, is crucial. You have to have faith in yourself. You have to believe in yourself. You have to love yourself, because if you don't, nobody else will. I guarantee you, love don't come easy out here. Um, shoot. Highest I ever weighed, I was like 165 pounds. I got all the way down to 208. Now I'm about 215. Some muscle on me. Um, Women didn't want me. Nobody wanted me. I was always put off. I was always put in the friend zone. And it wasn't until got my body right that people paid attention to what I said. That women actually gave me the time of day. Oh, wow, he's beautiful now. He looks better now. I didn't lose that weight for anyone. I didn't start working out, getting fit. I did it for me. And you have to want to better yourself for you and not for anyone else. So if you do it for someone else, and all of a sudden one day that person's not there, and what do you have to go on for? What motivation do you have to continue? Even when I reach a lot of my goals, I just set new ones because it's my body. I continue to set new ones every single day because this is for me. Make it for you. Be you. Love you. I'm still writing my story. Um, Today, I work for a Fortune Top 100 company. My aspiration is to better myself and continue down this path of success, earning a living for myself and pay all my own bills, self-made, self-motivated, and I don't see anything but a bright future. I know that there's going to be more challenges. I know there's going to be more roadblocks. People are going to deny me. People are going to tell me I can't do things. There's going to be plenty of times where my bank account isn't where it's supposed to be. But look, every day I wake up, my eyes open, I have breath in my lungs. That's more enough reason for me to keep this moving, to keep it going, keep working, to keep fighting, and to never be denied and never lose. So I just want to take, that's a long video, about 20, it's about close to 30 minutes now. If you stuck through this and you listen to everything, you heard my story, I just hope that you know that who you see in this image, the words that you hear, this voice, this isn't somebody and someone who just came this way. I fought for this. I'm fighting for this every single day. And I'll be damned if anyone take it from me. No one. Somebody out there wants my spot. It ain't gonna happen. It's my spot. I'm the best. You can be the best too. I believe in you. So, that was a lot, but tired of hiding who I am. And get to look at yourself in the mirror and ask who you are. And this is me, Ron.